Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. And today we are joined by the lovely Grace. Grace, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. I'm really looking forward to talking about sanctuary meditation.
I know, because this 2 hour class, it's got a buzz about it. Everybody is talking about it. How can this 2 hour class be life changing? And tell us honestly, is it life changing? What was your experience?
It it's like a very special meditation, right? Because you get to really connect with your higher self and your higher wisdom, right? And your guides. And so it's really a place where you can seek guidance and downloads from a very pure source. And while I've always had quite a steady meditation practice, I've always done it more for relaxation and to slow down my thoughts and to just maintain a busy life without getting carried away with it. But the sanctuary meditation is more than that, right? It actually allows you to seek higher guidance and higher wisdom and clarity, but not from an external source, not from someone else's opinion, but yourself. And it's a practice. Of course, it's not like a one-time fix all type of thing, right? As with anything on the path, it always is about growing your practice and progression. But I would say that getting to recognize my own energy was something that was very new to me. And I think the sanctuary meditation really helped me. It was the first thing that helped me to connect with that. And I hadn't realized that there was so much noise around me until I experienced sanctuary meditation. Does that make sense?
It really does. It really does, because we often are seeking, those answers outside, and we often hear in the spiritual world, go within, the answers are there, and we're like, where are they, they? And so
Yeah.
this is a practical application for us to
Yes.
be able to do that and have that calmness and all the benefits that meditation bring, regulate the nervous system, slow down the brain waves, all these great things. But then also we absolutely get to receive this clarity in our everyday life. Did you find, do you always go into your sanctuary to receive information, or is the sanctuary useful for relax? Is, there are other things like relaxation or just being?
My practice with sanctuary meditation has changed over time, as is
Mm.
the case, but maybe it'll be helpful to talk about when I first began on my journey. So the first time I encountered it, I it was more about getting to know my own energy, what that feels like, and to separate that out from the noise around me. And prior to the sanctuary meditation class and then doing it was not actually within my consciousness that there was so much noise around me. And I realized that sometimes I was doing something thinking that that was from me, but actually it's not. So the initial practice of sanctuary meditation for me was to get to know my own energy. And actually, I've refined it as well. It's over time, right? And now I use it primarily when I'm not really clear as to what decision I need to make, or sometimes is to connect with if I'm grieving about something or upset about something, is to receive clarity and wisdom from a source that is much purer than my mundane self. Let's put it that way. It's still coming from me, but as my higher self, and a lot of wonderful things. And I'm not saying this because it might not happen the same way for other people, but I have connected with animal companions that have passed on, sometimes bringing messages, and sometimes just a reminder of my own eternity and their eternity. And it wasn't about, of course, I felt better, but that wasn't the goal. The goal wasn't to feel better. The goal is to really understand eternity and to connect with that divinity within me and that connection with the entirety of creation. And for me, that was really, really beautiful. The first time I experienced something that was unresolved from my past, and a deep sadness. And a lot of light came through with my higher self and gave me that sense of eternal support. And I have goosebumps even just remembering it. It was very moving. And that's why it's such a and it's a practice that grows with you. It doesn't stay the same, it's not static. And to be able to witness that growth, not only is it deeper and more meaningful, but it's also a chart of your own growth, a reference point of your own progression.
I agree. It is something that grows because we grow, you know, and I love that about it. It's never, do I dare use the word boring? I'm probably going to, but I was one of those people that used to go about meditation. Oh, it's boring, because I had such an active mind, and I would resist, doing any meditation, anything like that. And then sanctuary meditation, it's always so rich, so nurturing, so fulfilling, so peaceful, so calm. I mean, it's got so much to it that not for 1 minute did I ever think, oh, I couldn't not do this every day, and it kind of fall out of favor, because like you say, it's always evolving, always growing, because it's alive.
It's alive, yeah. And it's a reference point for how far we have walked, or how far we've come, what we've overcome, because what you get out of it is different, and that's a testament to your own growth, right? So I feel that it's very affirming, and it gives you a stronger sense of yourself, really. It's a practice that helps you to trust yourself. And
because there are those decisions in life where it's kind of like, oh my goodness, should I be doing this? I'm going against perhaps everything that's logical. But there's that something inside saying, oh, you should go for this. And just having that access to your higher self and having that confirmation, it's like, okay, there's something here that I need to investigate. I love that.
For me, if I could say one thing about it, is that it helps me to connect with my own eternity. And for me, because I was battling a lot of grief, right? To be able to connect to that eternity then reminds me of everyone else's eternity. And it's very beautiful. I have my moments, I'm not always able to, but most of the time, and as I continue to practice it, it gets better, and I believe in it, and I know that it's real.
100%. And what's amazing is that this class, it's for everybody. And it doesn't matter if you haven't meditated before.
No, it doesn't matter, because it grows with you, as you say, right? And for the first well, I don't want to put a timeline because everyone is different, but for me, the first few months of a regular practice was more just getting to know who I was, really, because half the time I wasn't sure if I was imagining or is that really me. But then over time you get familiar, right? And then and that sharpens your intuition as well. So it's a class with many benefits, right? It strengthens your intuition. It gets you closer to who you are, get to know yourself, your own energy. And therefore, then you are less influenced by external things, because if you know your own energy, you're less going to be influenced, right? And then also then to get clarity and focus on things that you need to be doing, guidance that is safe and trusted. And also to connect with eternity, and sometimes to connect with, for me, it was beings that have gone before me, and to get that connection. But I'm not saying that that's the goal for everybody. It's something that happened over time.
It is certainly a beautiful process. So this is being offered. I mean, it's offered all over the world. This sanctuary meditation class, it's 2 hours. It's offered all over the world, but in the UK, EU, we would like to honor this class, and we decided as teachers to come to honor this 2-hour workshop, hand down this beautiful holy tool and meditation. And the first week of June, it's being rolled out across many cities, many countries in the UK, EU, and I have to say Hobart as well, because Cassandra's Cassandra's joining in.
We're all over the world.
All over the world. So those dates and times will be on our website, and and locally other practitioners will have dates on their websites. And you'll be hosting a class as well, won't you, Grace?
Yeah. I'll be teaching it on the 6th of June in the afternoon. So if anyone is interested, I'm here in central London.
Lovely. I love it. I love it. It's going to be so much fun. And we're going to have hundreds more people that can connect into their sanctuary, into their higher self. So what an exciting month June is going to be.
It is. And can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Can I say one more thing? The sanctuary meditation also really, really helps one to love themselves much more, because you see yourself really as your true self, all that beauty, that purity, that is actually you, a very uncorrupted form of you, right? Very pure. And as you see yourself more and more in that light and you embody it, you really will love yourself much more. It's a practice, and that's one thing that the sanctuary meditation is really good for. So,
well, I couldn't have said it better, and I'm sure we're going to have lots of people signing up. And of course, if you can't wait until June, and there's lots of options, so please get in contact with any of us, and we'll direct you accordingly to wherever you live and such like. Thank you, Grace. Thank you so much. And I know you're going to be back on the show, and we're going to be talking about other things. But thank you so much for sharing your experience of the sanctuary meditation class.
And thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about it. I'm eternally grateful for the forum that you provide, and I just want to say live to everybody, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
My absolute pleasure. And good night, everyone. Hopefully you'll be experiencing your higher self in a city or country near you. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.